Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. And over the last several days, we've tried to make this with pentagons. And the guy actually wanted like random shapes. So this is pretty random. So, and I actually, the person I'm trying to help actually, I was thinking about it this afternoon and he came up with an idea. And I'd already kind of started playing around with it. But he said group them in three. So let's try this. Let's try the control key, holding down the control key. Make it something even so you can nudge it over, and we're going to put our nudge factor to 2. And then hit the plus key on your keyboard and move it over with your arrow key. And then hit the plus key again. Take this crosshair, and right here it should snap right to it. Now what you can do, there's a lot of things you can do. Probably the easiest in this case would be to weld them. And a lot of times it's going to take out that shape. But now we can take, and we've got a lot of center nodes that really, let me back up here. What I should have done is converted this. See, this is a pentagon or a polygon, hexagon, whatever you want to start with. But it's got extra nodes. But if we go to object and convert it to a curve, we can get rid of those extra nodes without it doing anything. We want to get rid of the center nodes. Hit the plus key on your keyboard and use your right arrow key. Hit the plus key on your keyboard and then move it up using that 4-part cross and have it snap to. Now we're going to weld these. And look what happens. Then you can we can actually delete that one node and see, and you can do anything you want because we're going to smart fill it. Then you could take this and move this over here, take your 2-point line and go from that node to that node, and you've made some random shapes. Now we have not changed the outside. So we can hit the plus key on the keyboard, move it over twice, actually flip it so it'll look different, and then mirror it, and then take this one and do it like that. So you keep changing them. And then what I would do is still change this one so you can, they'll be completely different. Doesn't matter what you do as long as you don't change the outside. Hit the plus key on the keyboard, take that 4-point cross and go right there until you've got a lot of these. But I would keep changing a couple of the nodes. And you could probably, you don't want to do that. And it doesn't matter if we have double lines because we're going to smart fill them. So we could grab those two and put them here. And then if you have an extra line, well, it went away. Now we still haven't changed the outside shape. So we can hit the plus key on the keyboard and move this over here. And even if you do change the outside shape, you could actually even, stair step one of these down and take your virtual segment delete key and just delete line. You probably don't want that sharp corner up there, but we could take the shape tool and move that corner up to that corner. Because he's going to actually mill this out. So we could, go here and take that line. Probably don't want that sharp corner, get the shape tool. We could actually take away that node. It's going to make it a straight line and then move it here. Take the virtual segment delete. I'm just going to do a few more and then we're going to fill them in. I'm going to show you why you don't really have to care about double lines or anything like that. I don't like that sharp corner because when you contour it, it's going to change. So we can just delete those nodes. It'll make it a straight line or take it away. Take your 2-point line and just move it up here. So now you've got really random looking thing. Now to do anything like this, I would still put a rectangle. This time I'm actually going to nudge it down. That rectangle's 9. So we're going to make our nudge factor 10. We're going to take the smart fill tool and we're going to fill in every one of those blocks. And as we fill them in, we're going to move them. And you don't particularly ever want to do one twice. But just make sure you get every one of them. You can go in a certain order. I didn't move that one. So we need to move that one in just a second. So we'll grab that. I hit that one twice, so we'll move that one down. We'll get rid of that. So now what you have is 5 individual blocks. Let's left click. Let's go ahead and go red. And then let's Don't even have to really group this together. It's probably already grouped, but we'll group it together. And then what you need to do is open up your effects docker, go to contour, and we're going to contour the inside 0.01. And what that did, that put us some spaces between our lines. Now, select it all, go up to object, break the contour apart, and try to grab the outside, and we did. So now we have spaces between them. So when we put this into that space, let me see, always have copies of your stuff. I didn't make them quite big enough yet, but this is still grouped together. We're going to just expand it for the video. And then bring in your shape. I'm still going to make a duplicate of that just in case I want to do this again. Most of you are probably getting tired of this. And then just, let's zoom down a little bit so we can see what we're going to do. And then grab all this and use the intersect tool. And it made an intersection of that. But you need your box. Now grab the other ones. We're going to nudge it over. Grab our box down. And then what can happen, you can fill in with your smart fill tool to see what your grade is going to look like. So every one of them is a little different. It's a pretty good random pattern. And once you get to this shape, you could, if you have too many, you could squash them and you're going to change them quite a bit, make them all look different. More like a honeycomb shape of a beehive. Anyway, I promise you this is the last one on this subject. We've overextended on this one. But you can come up with some pretty unique shapes. So this is what we started with. Just regular 6-sided hexagons. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.